Yo, what's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. And today we are doing another creating new football kits episode, and this time we're doing West Ham United. And I've been to a West Ham game, and I just have to say that I really like West Ham as a club. I just like them. So it's kind of weird that they've only just now have been in this series, because I genuinely thought I would have done them way before. But apparently I didn't, so we still have a good team to do in this series. We have a lot of good teams we still have to do, by the way. So leave the teams you want to see in this series in the comments down below. And let's get straight into this episode. Now, for West Ham, the claret and blue coloring needs to be there. Let's be honest, it just needs to it needs to stay there. And I kind of went with an easy, kind of retro looking vibe. Basically, I kind of wanted to do their 96, 97, I believe. The one where the Canio is basically like known for wearing. I wanted to kind of do the same thing as that with the collar and sleeves, and I think this looks really good, but I just wanted something more. So I went for a diamond pattern on the sleeves, and I thought it looked quite alright, but it just didn't really hit that well. Like, I think it looked good, but it didn't really work as much as I wanted to. So after a little while, I actually decided to delete that and not use them anymore. But before I actually decided to change it, we did have a little while of me just using these colors and patterns. And I mean, the colors work, but the socks look weird right now. And I just think that the diamonds are just a bit too much for a West Ham home kit, because I just feel like a West Ham home shirt should be clean. Like, it shouldn't really be, I wouldn't say different. Like, I just think it should be pretty clean and nothing too wavy about it. And I just really like this, so I still tried finding a pattern to use, because yeah, that's just the way it works in football shirts these days. But I decided to just not use them at all, because I just think that this looks great all by itself. So this is the home shirt, and I'm pretty happy about it. But I did not, like, let's be fair, I could have done a lot more to change it and let it look a different way. Now onto the away kit. And the away kit, I decided to go with a white shirt. A white kit, basically. And they've done this quite a lot, like using a white kit as their away shirt. They'll also have like done a black away kit a lot, and like a light blue away kit. These are the colors that I kind of had to work with. And I just decided to go with a white away kit because I think it works really well. Like, the claret and blue is a bit more of a darker coloring, so it just makes sense to get a lighter color for the away shirt. And I'll be honest, I do quite like it when teams have a white kit. Like, usually it looks quite cool, but I try to do something different here and not only have it just white, because I do think it looks good just like this. But I don't think I could get away with making two kits in one episode without any patterns or anything other than just one color. So I kind of thought, you know what, I have to add something here. So I did search for quite a lot. I searched through quite a lot of patterns, and almost none of them really worked, in my opinion. Like, they looked weird with the outline badge that I added. And then I just decided to once again use this pattern, because it's just amazing. Like, this pattern is just great. And I did decide to just make the pattern itself darker, but just lower the opacity. And I think it looks great. I just think it looks pretty darn good. This is genuinely a really good kit, in my opinion, and the away kit for West Ham in this episode. So now we have to think about the third kit after the away kit, of course, is done. And one thing that I want to do with this third kit is kind of go back to one of their best rated kits on the FIFA kit archive. And use a really dark black with the claret and blue, like the blue coloring that I used in the home kit basically. And I did try to make it darker blue, the third kit, but I just didn't really like the way this looked. So I went back to black. And once again, I just didn't really want to use only one color and nothing else. So I just went through a lot of patterns again. And that's part of the reason why this series sometimes does a little bit worse than anything else on my channel. Sometimes they do really well, like episode like this, but sometimes they just don't. But I did decide that I wanted different things this episode, and I went with this triangle pattern, and I think it looks really good. But the coloring just kind of stood out to me. Like I didn't really like the way it looked, so I tried a lot of things because I did like the pattern, but I didn't really like the color it had. So I did change it up a tiny bit, made it blue, copy it to the socks and the shorts, and that is how we ended up with this third kit. And I'll be honest, it was really easy to make, but I do think it's a really good shirt. Like that, you kind of see the darker blue on the shirt itself from the pattern, and I think that's great. So now, after a good episode of this series, we're gonna do something that we do every episode. And if you haven't been on my channel before, basically what we do at the end of every single Kit Creator episode, we do a ranking, and basically I rank the shirts that I made in this episode from one that I like the least to one I like the most. And let's get straight into this with a third place, which is going to be the home kit. And I liked it. I really like this. I'll be honest, I think it's really good, but it's so basic that I can't really put it higher. Like sometimes a basic kit is really good. Like I say it many times in almost all of my videos basically, that I really like a basic kit. But designing it kinda doesn't really put it highly on top of this tier list. So yeah, that's why it's third. And in second place is going to be the third kit, the one that we just made at the end of this episode. And I quite like it. It's cool, it's decent, but it just can't really compare to the first place, which of course is the away kit, and it's just good. Like I don't really know how to say it any other way. It's just good. I like it. I think this is number one. If you agree, let it be known in the comments down below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and then I'll see you around in a bit. Goodbye.